Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm excited about today's video. First of all, before I start, I want to say thank you all so much for coming here, for watching this video. Um, whether it's your first video, whether it's your sixth, seven, I don't know how many videos I got as of now, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscriptions, all those things. But a special thank you to all of you who have taken out the time to write me and say, I just want to say thank you for this video because it has helped me. Because one of my mottos is if I can help one person, I know I've done my job. So thank y'all so much for just sharing those things. Jumping into today's video, this is a fun one. I guess because I really haven't really shared it. For those of you who knew me in college, like you know this story, but it's been a minute. So I don't even know where to start. I will start in high school. And this might be a part by part, series by series type thing. So junior high, I was involved in the band. I played percussion, whatever. Didn't stick with it. I made the high school drum line. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, so I did it. High school, I was not involved at all. I went to school, went home, maybe went to a few sporting events here and there, but I was not interested in joining anything in high school. However, I remember my senior year when I was about to graduate, I said, okay, I have to get involved at MC at the college that I was going to. So I was like, okay, I got to do something. And I remember going to my orientation and sitting on the front row because we were late and seeing like the introduction video and the orientation leaders, they run in and they do this dance. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I want to do that. Like, I really want to do that. And both my parents had leaned in and said, Cam, that's going to be you next year. And I was just like, okay, that's confirmation. Okay, okay. And oh my gosh, the rest is history that I'm about to tell you. But before that, let me just tell y'all this. Between me graduating high school and me starting at MC, when I tell you I wrestled, and I ain't gonna say I wrestled with God, but I wrestled with God. And I was just like, oh my gosh, whew, I feel it so strong that God just got things laid out for me while I'm in college that I had no idea what I was walking into. So I'm just like, okay, guys, okay, let's just slow it down. Let's just slow down. Let's wait a minute. Let's whoa. And I really felt it so strong that he was calling me into different environments, into different rooms, meeting different people, doing different things. But my big thing, my biggest thing, and I know this is hard to believe right now, but my biggest thing was, okay, God, I'm cool with everything. Let me just be on the back burner behind the scenes. Like, I'm cool with this calling you got on my life and this next stage in my life. But I mean, I'm cool being on the back burner. Like, you don't really have to like have me in leadership positions and doing all these things and speaking to people, public speaking. Y'all, I hated it. My nerves. The idea was great, but me doing it, you could hear it in my voice, you can see it. I'm just like, okay, God, like no, whoa. But I knew that is what He had for me going into college, and I struggled with that. I'm just like, okay, God, oof. Mm. So skipping forward to my first semester of my freshman year, y'all know the story of Jonah. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all story of Jonah. God gave a word to Jonah to tell him to go to Nineveh and give this word to them for me. Basically, I'm going to destroy them. All these good things. Please read the book of Jonah in the Bible, Old Testament. And Jonah runs away. He's like he's running from God as if God is not everywhere. So he runs away from God. He is swallowed by a big fish. He's in that big fish for 3 days. Big fish spits him up, and he makes his way to Nineveh. And basically just tells everything that God has Told him to tell them. At the end of the day, city is saved. Jonah gets upset. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is not saying I was running away from God per se in my calling, but I was just like, I'm gonna just wait as long as I can. Cause God, like, are you sure? Are you sure that you mean me? Are you sure that you are like? Are you sure? And not just questioning God. I'm just like, whew, okay, it's time. And it's funny because I have always gotten these words over my life. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be this. All these great things. And I'm just like, that's such a grown person word to be telling a 13, 14, 10-year-old. Like, what? So my first semester of my freshman year, I waited and I hung on as long as I could. And I remember God was using my parents and my pastor at the time and just telling me, Cam, like you are a leader. You are this. You are this. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah. And it got to a point where I was just like, okay. So I remember my freshman year Christmas break. I remember that I was praying in my quiet time. And I had just wrestled with this so long. And I'm just like, okay, God, I surrender. I will do, I will be, I will say whatever you have me to do, God. And I said, even if it means that I'm on the front lines, God, I'll do it. I will do it. I will do it. Because I was so used to being in the back, behind the scenes, back burner. And what did I pray that for? Guys, that's all he was waiting on. And that's so amazing to me looking back is I didn't think I was qualified, but God had been qualifying me this whole time. He has been calling me. He has been preparing me all this time, and I'm just like, God, I don't think I'm ready. And God, like, no, you're ready. You just don't think you're ready. But once I got my word and I lined it up with His, oh, it was on. Man, when I tell you just this, that, and the other, I remember, I don't remember when during my freshman year, but I had met some upperclassmen, leaders on campus, HCA people, um, um, leaders, orientation, all of these good people who were upperclassmen. I'm sitting here like, baby, I'm a freshman. Y'all are seniors. Y'all are juniors. I don't know why y'all taking all this time out to be looking at me and try to pour into me. But now that I look back, I'm just like, I'm so glad that they did. And they saw something in me that I did not see in myself. And I'm so thankful for y'all. I love y'all so much. But anyways, I'm just like, why? Who are you? Aren't you like this big person on campus? Aren't you this like me? Me? And it's just God's favor was just all around me and in me. I'm just like, God, what do you have going on? And so I did orientation, I signed up for orientation. One of my good friends, um, he was like, hey, you need to do this. You sign up for this, the earliest interview you can. I'm assuming he put in a good word for me. I don't really know, but I got orientation, killed the interview. First of all, I literally thought I obliterated the interview because I think my interview was maybe 5 minutes long. I walked out and I was just like, okay. I do remember one question. This one question, it was if you could describe yourself as a piece of candy, what would it be? And I was like, ooh, I said a Laffy Taffy. I said because Laffy Taffies are flexible, they're stretchy, adaptable, um, they're colorful, they come in different colors, and they also have a cute, funny joke on each wrapper. And I said Laffy Taffy. And I went out there interview, I said, I don't know if I got it. That interview was very short. It was just like, ugh. But I got it, and the rest is history. The rest is history. Literally history. If you know, you know. But freshman me, my fall semester was a lot of me, okay, God, okay, okay, God, okay, like, oh, okay, God, okay. Like, I know you have this call over my life, but can I get some more time? Can I please get some more time? And God, like, you had all the time you had. I'm trying to use you now, excuse me, and you playing. I'm just like, okay, God, okay. But as soon as I prayed that prayer, y'all, he just, he, wow, wow. And then the rest of my freshman year, I it was pretty chill. Like I said, I started meeting people I didn't know I could meet, and in rooms and conversation. I'm like the outsider, but God really orchestrated every single thing. Even me still being in those rooms, I was still quiet and observing because I'm just like, what's really going on here? I'm like, okay, God, what? Not why, but help me to understand why you have me in here. Then I did orientation. I loved it. Y'all, have oriented 4 classes. I had an extra semester at MC. So I oriented 4 classes, and I made sure I tried my best to make sure that every child that I interacted with, every student that I interacted with, that I introduced myself to them, their parent. Because if you got the parent, you good. Um, but I made sure that, hey, if you need me, let me know. Except money, can't help you with that. And then my sophomore year,